Welcome back, everybody. We are your station for safety, catching up with Crime Stoppers this morning. I'm joined by CEO Rania Mankarious for a rundown of the top 3 cases that they're looking at here in Houston. Good morning, and thank you for joining us on Houston's Morning Show.
Thank you for having me. Good morning.
Now, a lot of folks in the community remember the case of the mom who was killed while she was holding her own baby. What happened in that case, and do you know who police are looking for? And first off, is there a reward being offered in this case?
Crime Stoppers forever and always offers up to $5,000 in these types of cases and all felony crime cases. And certainly that reward is offered here. There is a person of interest. A mom holding her 1-year-old was shot 4 times and killed in what we believe was a domestic violence dispute. Certainly there is a person of interest law enforcement's looking for. And let's talk about this person of interest. Out on 7 bonds, wearing an ankle monitor, certainly had not abide by any of the bond conditions. The ankle monitor is doing nothing. Our incredible men and women in law enforcement are doing everything they can to apprehend this gentleman. And I hope once he's apprehended, that justice is quickly served. And this is an issue that we have in Harris County and certainly across the country, and one we're working hard to stop because we can't keep releasing the most violent felony offenders, certainly in cases of family violence. I don't know what we expect these victims to do. I really don't.
Now, Rania, another case, and we all know that years ago, a lot of folks were stealing copper, but this time it was from the Alzheimer's Association, a nonprofit. What happened in this case, and how common is this a problem?
Unfortunately, the theft of copper is on the rise because it's a metal that is increasing in value globally, harder to find. So these criminals are actually risking their lives in some cases to get a hold of copper. They don't mind jeopardizing or hurting the institutions that they're going to. The Alzheimer's Association, a nonprofit organization, all of a sudden noticed that their power was out and the facility wasn't functioning and determined it wasn't weather related. It was due to this theft of copper. It is really shocking. We've seen when churches have been hit before, nonprofits have been hit before, businesses have been hit before. And of course, you know, we understand that these thieves will go anywhere to steal any commodity that they can trade and make revenue off of. But we've got to start really hyper-focusing on the victims that are left in the wake. And we're thankful to you for highlighting this because it's absolutely shocking and unnecessary and completely damaging to the association.
And there is a reward offered in that case as well.
Up to $5,000 offered by Crime Stoppers of Houston. Absolutely.
Now, you mentioned felony bonds and the violator in the first case that you mentioned. What is happening with felony bond legislation now?
Well, we were working with Senator Huffman and others on clarity, and DA Ogg and many of us in the law enforcement space were working on clarity. There seems to be this gray understanding when it comes to bonds and what we give to even the most violent felony offenders. And we just wanted to clear up the Constitution and create a law that really gave our judges, who we don't blame or criticize, we're working together. They're using the tools that they have in place, and we're saying we want to help clarify. And they actually have talked to many of them that said clarity is needed. So we were so close last session, but as you know, some of our representatives walked out of the floor and broke quorum, so a vote couldn't be had. This issue is believed to be brought up again in special session. Crime Stoppers has written a letter. We're asking the community to support it and sign. You can go on our Facebook page, Crime Stoppers of Houston. You can go on my page, Rania Mankarious, or the Rania Report, and find that petition, sign it. What we're seeking is simple. We want the most violent We're talking about the most violent defendants who are out on multiple violent felony bonds. We want the judges and magistrates to have clear guidelines on what to do. And in some cases, and the worst cases, risk assessments to be done, a database to be had, so the judges and magistrates have all the information they need, and these particular defendants maybe not be released pre-trial. We don't want to hurt anybody. We don't want wrongful convictions. We want to ensure speedy and fair trials. But at the end of the day, we've got to think of the community, the safety of all first and foremost. And that's all we're seeking to do with this legislation.
And hopefully they will take that up during the special session, which begins tomorrow. Rania Mankarious, CEO of Crime Stoppers Houston, thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.